Hey guys, okay, so what we have here is the Art Deco High Rise building, yeah, this is quite a big hefty set with a big bunch of sheets and big bunch of clips as well. So basically what we've got in here, we have got a sheet of walkways, one of those, and then we've got a whole sheet of interior walls. These are walls with textures on both sides for the interior, and then we've got our exterior walls, and with our exterior walls we have the exterior texture on one side and then you have the interior texture on the other. So when you're assembling, bear in mind that you're going to have the interior walls facing inwards, and there's some struts and things on here, and then as you can see there'll be a few of those sheets here. Put those to one side. Then over here we have got a couple of small roofs and some of these roof trims here and a little billboard. We've got a couple of floors, which is all you need. And then we've also got this sheet of Art Deco furniture. Now I just mentioned this sheet here. I'm not going to show you how to assemble any of that. There's a completely separate video on our website specifically designed for this sheet, so have a look at that to assemble that. We're dealing just with the structure of the building. So I'm going to move that to one side. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, as with most of the videos, I'm going to start by building the base structure around the outside. So I'm going to pop out all of the bits that I need for the for that. Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of walls here. I've got a big bunch of these double windows on these walls, a single window. I've got a load of blank, and I've got some doorways, and then I've got a whole bunch. I've just stacked the different ones together because there's not many of these, of the interior, both sides. I've got some half wall and a little quarter wall interior, and some half walls for the exterior, struts and doors and little bits and pieces. So first of all, I'm going to get rid of some bits here. All these little tiny bits of scatter, these little books and things, these are really cool. Good for putting on your furniture and scattering around the floor. Remember, this is apocalypse terrain, part of our range. So I'll put that to one side. We won't need those. I'm also going to put aside all the little struts and things that you can use to decorate your buildings with. I'll put that to one side. Again, same for these. Put those to one side. They're going to go on externally, but we need to bear it in mind when we're clipping our building together. We've got lots of these little doors here where you put your stand on here like that, and then that's your little door, as it were. So we've got a whole bunch of those. So I'm going to quickly put those together. There's our doors. I'm going to move those to one side. Okay, so that leaves us with our walls basically. So I'm going to start at the ground floor and I'm going to assemble it, and then I'm going to show you where the clips are going to need to be so that we can get some of these bits and pieces sticking out from your buildings at the right angles. Also bear in mind that I've also left all the little window parts in as well, because this is kind of apocalypse terrain. We've added a lot of different like push out parts so that you can make it look like your building's being a bit bashed up. If you want to take those out, you can do it whilst you're gaming. If you want, pop them out and then pop them back in again for your next game. But if you're going to just pop them all out and say, no, this is how I want it, then obviously put those in a baggie just in case you decide that you want to use that later on. Not all of them have got those in there, but you'll see that a selection have. Also, all of the internal ones that have got windows on it as well, you've got a similar thing. You can have the glass smashed for those bits that have got glass on them, so that's really cool as well. Okay, so starting from the ground floor, I'm going to grab some walls together to assemble that very first lower ground floor. Do that now. Okay, so here's the walls for my ground floor, and I've got windows at various different stages. It's entirely up to you where you have your windows facing, whether you want a big concrete block with no windows or the windows at the front and concrete block at the back. It's entirely up to you. And here are the clips I've got. I've got X, a bunch of T clips, couple of corner ones at the bit at the back of the building you don't see so much of, and then joining the walls together I've got 2 straights here, but on this side I've got a couple of T-clips. So I'm gonna pop that together quickly now. Okay, so there you go. I've got that all sort of clipped in. I've got this cross clip on the corner. I need the T-clip facing forward here, obviously cross clip faces in 2 directions, T-clip facing out, and then the L-clips and everything at the back. So that is the first part of, and we're going to build an extension over here, but we'll just leave that for now, and we're going to go up to the next floor. So in order to put the next floor in, what we're going to do is we're going to require this here, okay, and we're going to actually put in the we're going to put in these walkways and the little stairs and stuff before we build up the next level. So I'm going to pop the parts of this off now. Okay, so what I've done, I've taken these 2 parts away. You won't need those for this build, and there's a couple of railings you won't need for a build. But obviously this building is completely modular, so if you had 2 of these you might end up with a bigger space, and you might need these railings to pick up some more upper level action, as it were. Okay, let me grab the clips. Okay, and this is the shape that we're going to configure it in. We're going to join them together with these straight clips. We are then going to put the railings onto each one of these, leaving a little gap just here, and we're going to assemble our stairs into there, and then we're going to put these T-clips on like this, and that's going to allow them to then sit onto the building, and we'll probably put those on the building. Yeah, we'll put them on here, and then we'll insert it into the building. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so there is my structure, and I've put these clips on here, 1, 2 and 3, and I haven't actually pushed the clips all of the way in. I want enough space so that this actually sits inside the building and not on top of it. I'll show you that when I pop this on. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the steps together, and it's really just a case of grabbing each one of these, and then the little step inserts at the back like that, and then you'll do it on here, and you put all the steps up. You've got a couple of options there. The steps are double-sided. You could have it just wooden stairs if you wanted to, and actually should probably mention it's the same as these as well. So if you wanted it completely wooden without the the bright carpet, if you like, upholstery, then you can absolutely assemble it that way. Okay, so I'm going to crack on with that. Okay, so there's my steps, and they're basically going to just insert onto here when we've done our build. But I'll put them to one side for the moment, so that they don't get messed about with while we're assembling here. So, making sure I've got the front of my building like that. What we're going to want this to go in just here, and it will, these clips here will locate themselves across here, and then I'm going to push these down so that this actually ends up inside of the building. I think I've left enough space. No, of course I haven't. There you go, and bringing that out a little bit, drop that down. Bring that out a little bit, drop that down, and the same here. Okay, so once I'm happy with that, I can then push those bits back into shape. A little bit of jiggery pokery. And then you have this little area here where your guys can fall off the edge. Okay, so we will absolutely say that that area is done, and again you will be able to just pop that in there like so and put those stairs on. I'm going to put them on now, but you could obviously put them on at the end if you so wished. And there's your little stairs. They'll push into this little slot at the top, and your guides have full access up to this upper level with extreme health and safety issues. Okay, so that's that. Next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to then just build the next level to this building. So I'm going to grab the parts I'm going to need for that. I just totally realised that I couldn't see because I'm doing it to the camera, but you guys probably spotted it. I put this wall here upside down. That's not a problem, it's a quick and easy fix. I'm just going to pop that out of here. I'm going to spin it round, stick it on properly. What a noob. Put that in there. I'm going to put it on here. So don't worry about making mistakes. I'm sure this won't be the only mistake I make on this building. I've not made this building for a long time. There you go. All back to normal. Put that back over there. And I'm checking my walls now to make sure I'm going to get them around the right side. Let's see if I make a mistake again. Okay, so there you go. I think that's right. Again, another cross clip in the corner there. Then we've got T-clips here to put our little strutty things on. A couple of I clips, another I clip, and 2 L clips. So again, I'm going to put these walls together. Okay, so now I've got myself to this stage here. I'm going to grab myself this lower part of the ground floor here. And then I'm also going to add some clips across here. So I'm going to add an L clip here and an L clip here. I clips, sorry. These are I clips. Lowercase l, maybe. And then I am going to take this. Oops. Get that away. I'm going to take this, making sure I've got my cross clips lined up, and I'm going to pop that on the top of here. And I'm not going to use an L clip here because this little railing will get in the way. Okay, and that gives me that lower part of the building there that you can see with a little walkway in it. Okay, so next thing to do, I'm gonna build up the next layer to this. So I'm going to grab the walls first and prep those. Okay, so now I've got my area here. I've got a bunch of windows set around here, and I've got my X clip in the corner again. T clip, we're going to face that inwards this time, and then we've got T clip facing inwards. We have got then a couple of L clips and I clip over here, and again a T clip facing inwards. So I'm gonna, and they're gonna connect into these walls here, and actually this wall is gonna need a T clip as well. So I'm gonna assemble those bits together. So internally, I've got this structure here. I haven't clipped this together yet, and I'm just going to pop that in there, and it's going to attach onto 1, 2, 3 T-clips inside the building. And then I'll finish by closing that off. And there you have your inner kind of room sections here. Doorway through to this area, doorway through to there. And your clips throughout. So there's that. Now what we want to do with this is we would probably want to pop it onto a floor. So I'm going to grab a floor. Got a couple of floor variants here. For this building, I think this nice sort of parkentry floor, would you call that? I'm going to go with that, and I'll save this one to become the roof. So I've got that, and I'm going to need some clips. Okay, so once I've got your floor, and I've just put some L clips around on the slots, I'm then going to clip this into here, so I'll do that. And there you go, that gives me my upper floor now. I can just lift that off like so, and then pop it back on when I want to, you know, have that level back as it were. Now, what we have got round here is, of course, we've got all these little bits and pieces sticking out here. So we're going to want to basically pop those onto these little struts, or maybe pop the struts onto there. So I'm going to put these on, leaving some of the sort of more gargoyle-y ones for maybe the upper levels here, and then having the these ones at the bottom. And when I do these ones at the bottom, I tend to do it so that they are, you're going to put one on here like this, and then you reverse it so you've got small to small onto here like this. Put it on properly. And then by the time you get to the top for the gargoyle bit, you've then got that to kind of follow on like that, and you've actually got that kind of nice shape to it as it goes up. So I'm going to put a bunch of these up. Okay, so as you can see now, you've got a little bit more of an interesting kind of 3D kind of effect going on here as well. There is a little extension that you're going to put on the side here, but I'll show you how to do that in a second. I just wanted to show you a straight sort of, building a straight block as it were. So the last thing I want to do for this is to pop a little roof on, and we did save this roof tile here with a blue background for the roof. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to grab these. I've got 4 of these here, which we're going to put round the top. So I'm going to pop those off. So I've got 4 of these, and I've got my roof, and I've got 8 clips. Each one of these takes 2 clips on here, like so. And then it literally just pops around the top, like that. So I'll do the others. Okay, and there's your roof to your building. And of course, if you've got a couple of these, you could, of these sets, you could basically just, take the roof off and build another couple of these floors at least, and just build another one and then another one. That's really great. Stick the roof on top, and then you could have one of those kind of skirmishes where you start sort of trapped in at the top and have to work your way down through the building and escape, as it were. And of course, this is designed to work on our game mats. So the ground floor will be the texture of the game mat, which have got very similar textures to these on it already. In fact, it's got these 2 textures plus some other ones on our neoprene game mat. So that is the building, and that's how you build these buildings, or this building, should I say, when you are sticking it all together. And you have the little doors down here, which you can place, oops, can't see what I'm doing, at the front. And there's a little one here that you can place inside here, where you've got your little wall at the top there, and there's another one that you can put in there in the top. You've also got these little struts here, and these look really nice. You can put those kind of like inside your upper floors. Just move these bits out of the way. So you can kind of put them on here like this to add, interesting sort of textures to your walls and so on and so forth. Really like that. All that little bits of gubbins really brings everything back to life for me. Okay, and so we've got that goes on there. Now, what you can do with these buildings as well is, instead of just building up, you can build sideways. So you could remove all of these walls at one side, and maybe kind of, you've got 2 sets. You could build, another one onto this side. You could maybe take this off and put one bit lower, and you've got some more roofs from your city block and so on, and you'll really be able to just like have some fun and make some quite big buildings. I have made some pretty cool buildings in the past with this, sort of like big mansions, sort of Wayne Manor kind of style. So that's really, really cool. But what I will want to show you is, just with some of the remaining parts we've got here, how you can just extend this out a little bit further, and how quick and easy it is to do that. So I'm going to grab that and do that. And by doing it, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove this little section here, and I'm going to replace it with another door right next to this one. So I'm going to do that quickly. There you go. I've really added an extra little door in there. Once you've popped it together, you kind of just need to squish all the clips back into place. And then I'm going to remove these 2 pieces here. And then now I'm going to grab some parts so I can build out to the side. Okay, so here's my walls here, and I've got mostly T-clips around here, and my lowercase l, my I clip here, and I'm just going to slot these bits together. There you go, and I've still got some struts left over here, so I just pop those on the end, and I'll bring my building back over, and where I've pulled the struts off of here, it'll now just connect on. And there you go. And yeah, I'm struggling to get this in on the camera now. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some little half roofs that we've got on here. Okay, so I've got 2 of these, and I've got one of the short ones, the 2 roof pieces, and then I've got 5 little L clips. Oh, and I'm going to need an I clip, and I'm going to slot these 2 roof pieces together and then put these around the outside. And there's my little roof piece, and I can just rest that on there like so. There we go, and that should sort of clip in. You have to make sure you really get this bit here to line into that, and that's actually, you know, reasonably sturdy on there now. Clips in nicely. Yep, clips in nicely. Is that still on camera? It is. Okay, so yes, you've basically got this as a build. Now I've still got some bits and pieces left over. I've got some more interior walls here, with some little half interior walls, and there might have been something you can do down there in the bottom of the building. Instead of, if you didn't have the stairs in, you might want something in the bottom there. I've still got a couple of these left over. And I've got a bunch of struts left over as well. So if you wanted to, you could maybe look at the back and go, well, you know, I want these to be, you know, to have some struts running up the side of here. So you could literally just grab this and remove these little bits here and just put the struts on. Okay, so yeah. Putting all T-clips down here because I've still got a whole bunch of clips and everything left over here. I've now put a bunch of struts down on this side, and I've nicked there's a little gargoyle strut I assembled down there. I've now put it over here, and this is the beauty of this really, is that you can get to the end of your build and you go, well, I've got these bits left over, and you can look at what clips you've got and you can look at the areas you're building and go, well, I can put that on there, maybe I can fit that on there. I've still got another strut down here which I could have sticking out the back of the building. I've got a T-clip over there I could use, I think. Have I got a T-clip? No, I've actually got another X clip, so maybe I could do something interesting with that. And then like I say, I've got some extra walls and bits left over and some railings and so on and so forth. So, but that really is the main part of the building. All we've got left now are the little cargo crates, which you'll be able to see how to put together on our the other videos that deal with those bits and pieces. That's a standard as part of the city block and the urban terrain in general. And again, same as this as well, you've got this really nice little billboard that you can stick on there as well. Just get these bits off. And so you could totally have a billboard there, or you could stick it up. No, I'm not sure if that's gone off the camera, or you could stick it up there. That's completely fine as well. And again, it just looks really, really cool. So yeah, I mean, in essence, that is your Art Deco high rise.